My favorite books of 2015. 2015. Hey guys, it's Grace here with another video. So today I am going to do my favorite books of 2015, which has ended. Sad face. So 2015 was a great reading year for me, and I have 10 books and series that I think are really, really, really good, and all of y'all should read them. First, I have Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This is the first book in this series, and I loved it so much. It was like one of the few books I read over the summer, because reading in the summer is hard for me for some reason. Doesn't make sense, but it is. So I read this in the summer, and I finished it in like 2 sittings, and I love it so much. And the second book comes out next year, and I cannot wait. So if you have not picked this up, you can pick it up now, or maybe wait till the second book comes out, because suspenseful. Yeah, I'm talking to you. This book is so good, so go read it. The second book I read this year is Alienated by Melissa Landers. This is the first book in the series as well, and I also read the second book in 2015, but that's over there. So this is a really good book about aliens and space, and so if you like those two things, you should probably read this. And there's a couple other books on my list about aliens and space, but this is one of the good ones about if you like romance, and I think it's just a really overall good book. Good writing, good plot. It was twisty. It was so good. I recently found out that the third book in this series, there is going to be a third book, and it's called United, and it comes out sometime next year. Whatever. Sorry about the quick change. It's, not time in your time, but it's time in my time. But my phone ran out of space, so now I am recording on my laptop. That's why it may look a bit different. So let's get to where we left off. The next book is The Selection by Kira Cass. It consists of a series, The Selection, The Elite, The One, The Heir, and next year, The Crown, the final book in the series, comes out. This is a series about princesses. It isn't very cheesy. It's just kind of about princesses and the selection of choosing the next queen. And it is about a girl named America who is in this competition to become the queen. It's about, there's action in it, and there's some romance, a lot of romance, and so if you like those kind of things, you would definitely really like this book. Next on the list is a book I read fairly recently, but it changed my whole life. This book is called Everything, Everything, and it's by Nicola Yoon. This book I read in 1 sitting, or 2 sittings, but in 1 day, and I couldn't believe how amazing it was. I was going to finish it when I got back to school, but I read it over a weekend, and I just could not put it down. It was so good, and I think if I read it again, I would get something different out of it, than I did the first time I read it through. Next is a book that comes out next year. This book doesn't come out next year. The third book comes out next year, but they're making this book a movie in January, which it is already January. Can you believe it? It's 2016. Whoa! But this book is called The Fifth Wave, and it's about aliens invading. They come in 4 different waves. The first wave is Lights Out. The second is Surf's Up. The third is Pestilence. And the fourth is called Silencer. That is where the aliens become among them, and most people have probably heard of this book only because the movie is coming out, and the trailer is playing so much. But I think this is a really great book if you want to read it about aliens, and there's some romance in it. Romance in like every book now, every young adult book ever. But this is a really, really good book, as I've said for like every book, but that's why they're on this list. And the second book is called The Infinite Sea, and the third book comes out next year, and I just cannot wait for everything. I can't wait anymore. None of it. Next on the list is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This is followed by The Heart of Betrayal, and next year, the third and final book in the series, The Beauty of Darkness, comes out. This is about a princess that runs away from her arranged marriage. It's a really good book about how she runs away to a village and then meets two guys. One who's an assassin sent to kill her, but she doesn't obviously know. She just thinks they're random guys. But there's one is an assassin sent to kill her, and the other is her prince she ran away from, trying to get her back. So this is a really good suspenseful book, and in the end there's a really big plot twist, but don't read the end because that's bad, and I do it quite a lot, and just don't do it. It gets in a habit, and then you do it for everything, which I have done for like everything. See what I did there? Yeah. So I think this is a really good book. You should pick it up. You can fly right through it, and I just can't wait for everything. Why do I keep saying everything? Next up is called The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. This is a book. It's a new adult book, I think. It might be young adult, but it's meant for older and mature audiences. But I think that anyone would really read it. Well, not anyone, not children. But I think I read it when I was 13, so I think around that age is good and up. But it is a book dealing with family issues and how friendships can help you overcome things that you may not have overcome before. And it's a fairly short book, 213 pages, I think. There's 213 pages, and it's a small book, and I read it in one sitting, and I just love it so much, and it was my favorite book for so long, but every single book I read now is my favorite book. Second to last is These Broken Stars. This is a book about space. It's a sci-fi romance book of two people who get stranded in space. Tarver, who is my fictional boyfriend, number one out of everyone. You might hear me talk about him a lot in future videos because I have a second copy of this book that I sleep with every night. And there's Lilac, who she gets stranded on the planet with him. She is the daughter of the richest guy in the universe, and Tarver is just a poor soldier who is looking for work. So this is a really good book, and I really think you should pick it out. The third book just came out by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. I never mentioned that. They are awesome people, and they are hilarious, and I love them so much. And I've got the privilege to meet them for their third book release, Their Fractured Light. So it's These Broken Stars, This Shattered World, and then Their Fractured Light. Last but certainly not least is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This is part of the Mortal Instruments series, which is 6 books, and there's a prequel series called The Infernal Devices, which is 3 books, and then a sequel series coming out next year, which the first book is called Lady Midnight, and then there's another prequel series coming out sometime. Anyway, a lot of books. And so this is a really good series, and it's coming out on TV show in like 12 days. 12 days, wow. I've been waiting for so long, it feels like. But this is a really good series, and this is a really good series, and it is about the shadow world and about demons and angels and hunting demons and warlocks and magical things. It's kind of like Harry Potter, but I don't like comparing books. It's just really good. They're all quite long, but you fly through them and you can't believe it's over when it's over. And tear. Anyway, that's it for my video today, and hopefully before break ends I will make a couple more videos just to catch up for all the missed time that I missed. So much time. But I really enjoyed all of these books, and I think you will enjoy them too. I'll put the names of all of them down below in the doobly-doo, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I did. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.